Are you looking to promote and gain exposure for your product or service to the fishing community? We have an opportunity for you. Introducing the 2024 Midwest Crappie Alliance Shootout and Expo. We're coming to Sandusky, Ohio, and we'll be featuring a huge fishing expo with some of the industry's hottest and innovative fishing brands and products. Also, one of the largest crappie tournaments in the country, where nation's top crappie anglers compete head-to-head for a massive cash prize and trophy. Are you in? Yo, everybody, welcome back. We are back with another one here. Midwest Crappie Alliance. Got some of the team, got some special guests back in the house again. We had a little bit of some technical difficulties, so we made some moves. We're all remote, though, today. It's going to still work, and we got you-know-who, Dan, back in the house today. What's new, Dan?
Looking forward to another great podcast, and hopefully we have a lot of Q&A going this podcast. We're looking forward to it. Hey, just to start out real quick before Ricky gets going, we do have two special guests in the house. Obviously, you can see by my hat. We have MillerTech lithium batteries in the house. We have Mr. Dean Yoder and Mr. Sean Boggs here with us today. They're going to talk about MillerTech lithium, the brand, all the power behind it, talk about the new shop out Middlefield, Ohio, which is in our backyard. And I'm excited that they're on the podcast with us. So excited about that. And we'll get to those guys here in a little bit. So please ask a lot of questions. I know a lot of folks ask about lithium batteries. You have the experts behind the product here tonight. So thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate you. Back to you, Ricky.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to talk about you're taking the floor on the.
Yeah. I just had any other intros. Yeah. So basically, we want to touch base again. We're trying to do a podcast every month. Appreciate Ricky for helping us out. It's a big deal, Rick. So thank you for spending your time with us and setting this up. So, to all the directors, Chad, Aaron, Darcy, Keith, Alan, Bill, Kristen, Margaret. Appreciate everybody's help, putting this thing together. It does take a lot of work for this annual event. And then as we progress into 2026, we're going to do 2 events a year, would be spring and fall. So once again, just kind of regurgitate some of the things we talked about a month ago. Kristen Anderson is going to be the point person at the expo. The expo is at Cedar Point Sports Center, which is a massive place. Great place to have an expo. It's in the heart of it all. If anybody knows about Sandusky, Ohio, it's the hotbed for fishing. All species involved: walleye, perch, bass, smallies for sure, perch, crappie, everything is up there. So we're excited to be there. We're looking forward to it. So right now, just on expo space, for anybody that's interested in getting a booth, we do have some space still available. It's getting slim though. Booth is they're filling up. We do have the CAD drawing done. Bill and I are going up on the 26th just to confirm everything fits. Just a quick picture of what it looks like. That's kind of where we're at. We do have some new folks coming to the expo, which is exciting. Which I'll kind of go through that here in a minute. But once again, just want to thank Aaron Gast for Midwest from Fish USA being our host, our MC for the event. Greg Roschingler, I call him Ruddy. Everybody calls him Ruddy. He's going to be our weigh-in master. So looking forward to Aaron and Greg kind of doing the tournament and the whole weigh-in for us. And like usual, like last year, same kind of setup, same process. Scales will open up early so everybody can weigh in early. We will have 3 flights again. That's not going to change. It was very productive last year at Old Hickory, and we'll continue to do the same thing. Once again, we do have a website out there. So some things you need to be thinking about right now, since we're, 3.5 months out at this point in time. Number one, your fishing license. If you're not in the state of Ohio, make sure you get your Ohio fishing license. You need to worry about lodging, whether it be hotel reservations, VRBO, campgrounds, all the links I put out on the Facebook page for the campgrounds. Everything is on the website, MidwestCrappieAlliance.com. For the lodging and all that stuff, you can see that there. And you can actually ask for an invite to fish for the tournament and actually for the expo. So that's an awesome thing that we put together this year. It was an ad that we needed to do, which we did not have last year. So Rick did an awesome job putting the website together. So Rick is showing it right now, and we appreciate all that. So,
no problem. It's very simple. If you're looking to exhibit at the actual expo, like we mentioned in shows past here, all you have to do is just hover over the expo. It's the same on your mobile as well. And you literally just click become an exhibitor. There's a very simple form that you know all the answers to anyway. Just fill it out, click submit. That'll get it to the proper people, and then we'll get you more information on it. Same as it goes for the invitational. You literally hover over there, and there's a request an invite link right there. You can click it. It gives you the simple form. Again, you know the answers to that, and you submit it. It'll get it over to Dan, and he will handle it from there.
Absolutely. So just so everybody know, just for anglers, as of today, we have 105 teams fishing this team. We kind of like to get a little bit more. So if anybody is interested in fishing this national tournament, we'd love to have you join. So we're at 105 teams presently today. We'd like to get closer to that 125 mark. So let's make it happen. Let's find some more folks that want to fish this. Like I said, entry fee is cheap. It's $300. I'll call it cost effective. There's no elimination to the field, so there's no cuts. We fish Thursday, Friday, Saturday. After day 2, we drop it down to the top 25 teams that will go out and battle for the purse. We pay the top 25, and then that would be on day 3, and then the rest of the field goes out on day 3, an hour after the top 25, to battle it out for one big slab for 5 hours. Really, what we've did all along. It was key that, we don't want to cut the field. We want everybody to pay and play for the whole weekend. That's what makes it fun for not only the folks with the expo and the vendors being there, but just with all the anglers being there too as well. So one thing is critical, and I want to make sure we state this for the expo. So if anybody's out there listening, the expo is free. We're not charging for any parking. We're not charging for any admission. Bring your family out for the day. Have a good time. Walk in. There's going to be a lot of prizes that are at the expo. A lot of vendors are doing a lot of different things and raffles that you can sign up for. This is going to be a good event. And speaking of vendors, would really like to kind of run down the list of where we're at today. It'll probably take me 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But B&M Poles, Mr. Jack Wells, huge sponsor of this event. Once again, we're doing $500 for big fish every day. So thank you to Jack. Crappie Magnet being a sponsor. Appreciate that. A Humminbird sponsored the event. So once again, like last year, we were going to raffle off a brand new DI-SI unit. Double L seat, John Thompson. Ricky, I talked to John today. He wants to get with you to kind of make something special for the event, and actually more than one thing. Tiny's Bait and Tackle, Bobby Garland, Gamma Line, Miller Tech Lithium Battery is in the house. They're doing a lot for this event too. So look out for the battery pack that we're going to have there at the expo. Mike's One-Eyed Rooster Rub. You got to get that stuff. It's awesome. ATX Lures. Kyle has decided to come. Kyle, thank you very much. JK Baits, the live scanner, is donating and sponsoring the event. They're giving us a couple live scanner units. Outlaw Poles, Crappie Now Magazine, Mr. Dan Dennemuller. Fin Braided Line, Mr. Rick Cascray will be in the house. Appreciate that, Rick. Fish USA. 1039 Fishing, Mr. Bullock will be there. Crappie Gummies is a maybe. I'm working on Crappie Gummies right now. Vic Sports Center, where they're going to have a bunch of Ranger boats sitting up in the lobby. Talked to Vic yesterday. They're excited. They're all in. Outlaw Lithium, they will be there too as well. Bait Boys will be there. Shores and Island, huge shout out to the folks, Justin, Emma, that whole team at Shores and Island and the city of Sandusky. They brought this event there. Appreciate you guys a lot. That means a lot to us. Heater Baits, Detweiler Outdoors. Talked to Marvin today. He's excited. Duck and Drake. So Lori at Duck and Drake will have a booth. She will be selling all B&M products. Power Pole has given us another power pole. Bass Pro Cabela's. Whack'em Stack'em Baits, Church of Perch, Arms Fishing, Docks Tackle, Mankey Plastic, Lil Time Lithium, Smoker Craft, Dan Pymatuming Boat Sales, The Donut Hole, Apex Fishing, the ODNR. Bill had a couple conversations with the folks, Division of Natural Resource up there. They are really excited. Limestone Bait and Tackle, Death Shiner Lures, Ergo Nets. Mr. Grant Colbert has sponsored the event. Actually, everything's sitting on my porch as we speak. It was delivered today. So huge shout out to Grant. Appreciate it. Cabela's and Avon will be there. Michelle, if you're listening, appreciate you guys. They're going to bring a bunch of tracker boats and some ATVs. So I'm excited about that. Striker, for those that you don't use Striker, and all the anglers for this event that are fishing it, you get a 40% discount code. And also the winners get the rain gear, which is unbelievable. Striker rain gear is really, really good. So I'm excited about Striker, and they sent a bunch of swag. So I got that box the other day, so I'm excited about that. So we'll give out a bunch of swag. So we're still working on some more folks, pretty extensive list, and hopefully I didn't leave anybody out. But Bill will be up there pounding the streets on the 26th and looking for more sponsors, more vendors, folks that want to be involved in this tournament. So excited about it. The expo is going to be great. Once again, the rules meeting will be at the expo. That Wednesday is now off limits, so everybody can spend time at Cedar Point and be at the expo. Same as last year. You're going to have Chad, Kristen, Chad, Keith, Margaret, everybody, what we did last year, filling out your paperwork, your registration forms. You'll pull a key fob for your position, which will be your start time. Same process. It was very smooth last year. Everybody liked it. So we'll continue with that. So I sent everybody invoices out, all the folks that are at the expo. I sent everybody an invoice. So if we can start getting that going and paid, that would be awesome for all the anglers. Send everybody emails of what's going on. Bill has written some really good articles, so I'll keep throwing that to you guys. As soon as you guys can get paid, the sooner I can get the payout sheet together and complete. So we're excited about that. So you know that. I will take a breath there and ask Bill or Rick or anybody else if they have any comments or anything at this point in time.
Do we want to tell them about the other off limits while we're on the subject?
Yeah, it's in the rules. The off limits is in the rules. Yeah, just look in the rules. The off limits is the off limits. There's no change to that. So just make sure you're reading the rules.
I have it. It's September 9th through October 4th.
Yep, that's the off limit.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, and it's actually less than the previous 2 years. So we kind of shortened that up for everybody, so you had more time to get on the water. So that's the off limits. Key points.
I was going to say something about the lodging too. We got some really good deals on the website for lodging. So if you're having a hard time finding a space or you're trying to search for a spot, take advantage of the lodging link on the website. It's the second to last there. And you can click that. It'll go over to an away team travel page and we got, if I'm speaking out of turn here, I think it's a discounted rate, right, Dan?
Yes, it is a discounted rate.
Yeah. So we get good rates on there. So check that first if you're looking for spots to kind of board up.
Yeah. And if you need any information, just call me. I'll be more than happy to help anybody and kind of guide you so you know where we're going. So just want to let everybody know all the trophies are complete, done. They just need to be picked up. So that's all taken care of. So that's good. Once again, you're allowed to travel to any ramp that you want on the Ohio side. But live well checks will be at the Shelby Street ramp every morning. And then you can proceed either to use that ramp or any other ramps on the Ohio side. So those are some key points. So once again, the expo, huge thank you to Shores and Island, Justin, Kaylin is too, and Ben. We'll be visiting those folks on the 26th again. CAD drawing is done. You do get a discount for Cedar Point tickets. I believe I shared that link to everybody, but if you do need it again, please let me know. You'll get a discounted rate for tickets. So just want to let everybody know that. Quick update. I know Ricky showed all the title sponsors, but title sponsors, platinum sponsors, Fish USA, Miller Tech, Shores and Island, City of Sandusky, Bass Pro, B&M Poles, Docks Tackle, Power Pole, Smoker Craft, Vic Sports Center, huge thank you to all those guys for being our platinum title sponsors. So thank you. So one thing that we did have last year, and we're going to do it again this year, I thought was really good. We are going to have food trucks at the weigh-in area. So right now I have 2 lined up, locked and loaded for Thursday and Friday. I'm looking for another one on Saturday. I know Keith, you were there at the weigh-in. I think it went extremely well. I think the hours need to be shifted a little bit for those folks, and we'll make sure we do that right this year because I think they left a little bit earlier than you should have. But we'll make sure that happens. I'm looking forward to that. So we got the food trucks. Just around the media side of things, we really want this expo to take off. We want a lot of foot traffic. Once again, it's free to the public. Right now there's an ads running every morning on Inside the Great Outdoors, Castaway Coulis. They're doing that every morning. That's what's going on. Ricky is doing a bunch of ads and media stuff for us behind the scenes. We're doing a lot of podcasts that we're doing today. We're going to have stuff running through Rick Henninger's paper, Field and Fish and Field, Bill. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Just trying to remember. We have that going on. We're going to be doing a live podcast up at Sandusky Bay here real soon. We'll have that ironed out soon. We got that going on. So that will be fun. So, we want everybody to come out to the expo. It's a really good time. Once again, it's free to the public. I mean, you're not paying parking. There's over 1,000 parking spots there. And you're going to get to see some of the latest and greatest in the industry today. And obviously ICAST is going on right now. So they're showing off a lot of their new products, which they will bring to our expo too as well.
And if you're looking to, if you have an influencer group of people, or let's just say you're an online creator, or you have access to any sort of media outlet, or if you just care to share, we did put some resources available on the website as well. If you scroll all the way down to the footer, you're going to see under that expo page that we have a logo kit. So if you're looking for just logos that you can share on your social media or anything to kind of share, feel free to download that. It downloads a zip file with all different formats that you can use. We also have a press kit that has all of the details for both the expo and the invitational. They're kind of in a real easy sell sheet. So it's a nice little resource to take advantage of if you wish to help us out there. That would be cool.
So Ricky, I mean, you're the media guru behind the scenes. So kind of maybe elaborate on what I said about just the ads and everything that we're doing, just to kind of promote the event.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing, we have a fixed budget, and so we just like any traditional kind of marketing plan, we're doing some ads. You're going to see a lot of this, hopefully. If you have an interest group in like fishing, we're going to target geographical regions, and so if you're a exhibitor, we're not just going to sit on our hands on this one. We're going to actually do what we can with the allotted budget that we have. We're going to try to get as much exposure as we possibly can for you, and try to get the doors and that whole venue packed as we can. And so look for those ads on Facebook, also Google, but Facebook is going to be a big part of that. So those ads will start rolling out here very, very soon. We actually did one a little bit ago for some of the exhibitors, and then now we're starting to ramp up some marketing for the actual attendees to the expo. So
awesome. Appreciate that, Rick.
Yeah, man.
And just, once again, like I said, 105 anglers as we have today. We like to kind of get to the 125 mark if we can. I want to bring up is important last podcast that we brought up the stigma of Lake Erie. I thought really Matt Tuttle did a really great job at just talking about Lake Erie, just the cuts, the harbors, the river systems. You're really protected. You really are. So don't let that, bother you. Or keep you from fishing this tournament. And then what happened today, Mr. Bill Phillip, he put together a weather update for the past 10 years that Bill's going to share with you. And it's kind of funny just to kind of see that the last 10 years, how the weather looked on this date that we're going to be fishing. So Bill, I'm going to let you take over and talk about the weather.
Weather report brought to you by.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah. Our last couple of directors meetings, the comments subject was, what's the deal? Why aren't your guys signing up? And they keep throwing back this nasty Ohio weather that we have. And at that point, it's like, all I can say is it's beautiful in October, but I didn't have the facts to back it up. So I went and I found a weather app that I could track back. And what I did is I went back and I did October 24th, 25th, and 26th, starting in 23, and went all the way back to 2014. And I have the low temperatures for the day, the high temperatures from the day, the wind speeds, and the conditions. And what I came up with was the average low temperature for all those days was 44. The average high temperature was 61. We only had one day we had one day at 30 degrees, one day at 32. Everything else was way up. We had a couple days that it was 79 degrees. And I thought it was kind of cool that we had 13 sunny days, 14 cloudy days, and only 3 rainy days. And for the record, in the last 10 years, no snow. So the only thing I could find that kind of, and I already knew this, everybody knows this, the average wind speed was 12 miles per hour. Everybody knows it can get really windy, but going back to what Dan and Matt Tuttle said, there are a billion places to hide. So if the wind's blowing, you can go back in a marina, you can go find some docks, there's coves, there's cuts. So wind's not that big of a deal. So I was hoping that everything turned out favorably. I think it did. I mean, I think the worst case, we had one day where the wind was blowing at 22. Everything else was 0 to like 9 or 6. So over and all, I think that and I'm hoping Dan posts this thing, so you can look it over for yourself. If you don't believe me, check it out. There's lots of websites out there that maybe we can get some people to understand that as weather goes, and anybody that was at Dale Hollow will tell you that last day was brutal. It was started out sleeting at like 32 degrees. So, and here we are in Tennessee. Now I might be the only guy that packed hand warmers and long underwear, but I was prepared. So it's going to happen wherever we go. But overall, I don't see any reason why you guys don't want to show up for our event. I think you're going to have a great time.
Yeah, honestly, I think if the colder the better, so everybody understands that. And I know, Dean, who's on the call with us, he fishes a lot of bass tournaments, and especially up there, the colder the better. The fish bite a lot better when it's colder. So if you have that 45-degree low and it's gonna warm up to 60, man, that's perfect. Yeah. You can't beat that weather. So I'm looking forward to it. And what Bill did was really good. And Bill, I will post this. Okay. Once again, it just takes that stigma out. Well, the weather is really crappy. In reality, it's really not. October is beautiful out here. So, and you'll have the leaves changing. You'll have a lot of things going on. It's Hollow weekend up at Cedar Point. So that's the last weekend they're open. If you want to get dressed up with Halloween stuff, go at it. It's a lot of good. It's a lot of fun. So
I actually have a picture of how Sandusky Bay is going to be. This is live from last year. There it is right there. Look how calm that is. So it's going to be pretty much perfect is what I'm getting to.
Are they going to be able to launch and fish wherever they want, or is it going to be like a set launch?
No. So you can use any ramp on the Ohio side. So the live boat will start at like 4:30 in the morning at Shelby Street ramp. And then you kind of go to whatever ramp that you want on the Ohio side. So yeah, so if you want to go down to West Harbor, East Harbor, to Portage River, Huron River, you're more.
So at East Harbor, what ramps do you have available at East Harbor?
There's that one ramp that I know that's the main ramp, and I think one of the ramps is closed.
That's not open to the public. Only people that can camp can launch there now.
Oh, really? Okay.
So the only launch that I know of that is really public access would be at Tibbles.
Yeah. Okay. You're right. It is.
That's the only one that I can think of that's available.
So good call out by Sean. So we'll do a little bit of homework on that. Bill, maybe with the Division of Natural Resources, we can meet up with them on the 26th. We can kind of go through that. That would be a good thing to go through.
Yeah, it's always been that way at East Harbor. I mean, I fished bass tournaments 20 years ago, and we went to Tibbles, which is not a bad ramp, honestly.
Yeah, it's not. It's a good ramp.
Okay. Yeah, but the reason why we kind of, usually, Sean, we didn't
But they don't open till 6, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, we're not starting that early, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, us bass fishermen, we like the morning.
You got to get on the water at dark, Dan. Come on with you now.
Come on, Dan.
When are you supposed to have time for egg McMuffins?
Well,
that will be at 6.
That's why the food trucks are there.
Right.
Well, speaking of breakfast now, I mean, that's one thing I don't have. So it'd be kind of cool if anybody's listening that has a breakfast food truck that wants to come out and be at the Shelby Street ramp every morning, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Give me a call. That would be awesome to have. So coffee, sausage, biscuits. I'm liking it. So that's just a bill, and guys, if I'm missing anything, that's just a quick snapshot. The expos would be great.
So
good.
So the expo, is there food inside the expo or not?
Yes, sir. So there's food. There's food in the expo. Actually, there's alcohol. So there's like beer, wine. There's those mixed like hard Mike's lemonade stuff, kind of like stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, there's everything that you want inside the expo. So you don't have to call and order everything. Everything is right inside, which is really good.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys get an opportunity, if you're up that way, stop in and see Justin, walk around. Aaron from and those guys from Fish USA was up walking around with us. Nick especially was up with us. He had a really good time. So he thought it was an amazing place. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So
what is the actual name of your website, Dan?
It's MidwestCrappieAlliance.com.
Okay.
It's right. It's scrolling on the bottom. You can see it right there.
Oh, I see it right now. Yep, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, boat things. If you can get boat things there, that would be awesome.
I'll talk to Dennis about that, and I might have some guys that might be interested in fishing it from around here. Actually, I just was thinking about some things, so I'll see what I can do to help you with that.
Yeah, the payout, $300 entry fee. If you happen to win, I think Dale Hollow Bill was $15,500 for first.
It was 15, yeah.
Yeah, and I think last year was it $13,500?
I believe you're right.
$13,500. Based on the field and based on all the money coming in. One thing I'll bring it up again. Everything that comes and goes out, we don't make a dime.
Sure.
Zero. Nada.
100% payback.
100% payback. Everything coming in from the expos, the sponsors, it all goes back to the anglers.
Okay.
And that's what it should be. So we're going to continue with that.
Exactly.
So yeah, but Dean, if you can help us, that's great. We'd appreciate it. So
yeah, I might know some people around here that they're crappie anglers. They love doing it. So I'll see what I can do for you. Absolutely.
Awesome. Bill, am I missing anything?
No, I think you're doing pretty good.
Okay.
I'm looking at my notes.
So we're also looking at opportunities for kids walking through the door. I've reached out to a few people. We're trying to give some stuff away to the kids, first, whatever it may be. So we're working on that, working on some other things around that too as well. So we'll keep everybody posted. We'll be doing a lot more Facebook Lives, more podcasts with Ricky and everybody else. So I'm excited. So, we're almost 29 minutes in, almost 30 minutes in. Ricky, any comments, questions out there? Do you have anything?
Just a couple shout outs. We got one from Buddy. He says, hello, y'all. Let's go. We got Brian.
Let's go.
We got some Cast Crave fans in here saying, hey.
Nice.
Gene says, enter me in the giveaway.
Of course.
Yeah. Free. Everybody wants something for free. You know how that is.
Everybody wants free stuff.
You're stuck on the bottom, Gene. You're stuck way down on the bottom.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. If anybody has questions, like I said, don't hesitate to reach out. Everybody knows who I am. You can IM me, call me. That's fine. So let's kind of, Bill, if you're good, we're going to roll into our special guest. So, Miller Tech Lithium Battery is in the house. I've been with Miller Tech, for a while now. They've been in our backyard in Middlefield, and I run Northeast Ohio Crappie Club as well. I always thought, why don't we have a battery company sponsoring our club? I had an opportunity to get with Lester and Dean, and they loved what we were doing. So, they're a part of Northeast Ohio Crappie Club. They're a part of Midwest. And I use MillerTech, nothing but MillerTech in my boat, lithium batteries. And I'm telling you what, I don't worry about a thing. The customer service is amazing. The folks are amazing. Lester, Dean, Sean, amazing, easy to work with. Customer service is second to none, and they have a superior product. So, I'm going to ask Dean and Sean, whoever wants to kind of talk, and just talk about MillerTech, how it started, how it evolved, the batteries, what the differences are, and then really what's coming in the future from MillerTech.
Sean,
He knows more than me. He's been here longest.
I'll take it from the beginning. Then you can talk about some products, Sean. How about that?
All righty.
So it was a few years back, maybe 6 years ago. Lester and me got together, and this is how this whole thing started with the boating end of it, anyway. And so me and another guy started a website and all this stuff, and this is where we got our start. And I don't know, Dan, how long have you and me been together? 5 years?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Probably 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years, somewhere in there. And we ended up at Vic's at Dan's at the Crappie Club Expo and so forth. And that's how this whole thing actually started. And then Sean, Sean and me worked together for what was it, 2 years, Sean, maybe?
2 years. 2 years. Yeah.
About 2 years. And then, of course, I sold the website back to Lester, and this is where we are today. And so Sean and me both work for Lester now. We just work for MillerTech, and we got the new facility in Middlefield, which is great. You've been there, Dan, correct?
Yes.
Ricky, have you been there, Rick?
I've been there. Yep.
Yeah. He's got a nice facility up there, and
it is. It's awesome.
And I can tell you from the first batteries that we started putting in boats to where we are today, it's pretty unbelievable what we have, what we've come out with to this point. And we got some new products coming. I think, Sean, you might know more about the new products that might be coming, maybe? Do you?
Well, we have some. We try to stay, on the top of, the cutting edge of everything. We're working on some smaller sizes. We're working on some larger batteries. Different stuff like that, different formulas, everything. So, with lithium, you've always got to stay ahead. You've always got to innovate. So, we're not stopping anywhere.
I think we're working on some new product that's going to be revealed at ICAST next year. That'll be pretty exciting. But I will tell you, like Sean said, we're working on some smaller stuff as far as we are working on a camera battery for your cell cameras, that everybody uses for hunting. Yeah. So deer hunting cameras and all that kind of stuff. We got a new one coming out in that. Of course, we got the 36, the 24. We got our giant starting batteries, the 135, the 190, dual chargers, 2412, 3612. A lot of exciting stuff out there to get a boat set up.
A lot of people want to, they're moving to aluminum boats, and aluminum boats don't have a lot of size in their compartments. So, we're taking consideration of that and possibly downsizing some batteries to offer that more of a variety. It's hard to fit Group 31s in a boat, when you're talking limited space. So we're looking at doing different things like that.
So why don't you guys kind of go in like the benefits of lithium versus the lead acid?
Okay. You want that, Sean?
It's night and day difference.
It is.
I mean, you're talking, lead acid, that's ancient stuff. That's stuff that there's no reason for it to even be around anymore. With AGM and lead and lithium, lead acid shouldn't even be being made any longer.
So one of the benefits, Dan, that I think what you're talking about one of the benefits of lithium, especially on all the new electronics everybody's running these days, right? Your 360, your live scope. So your live scope needs a solid feed all day and not have that drop like lead acid does, right? Lead acid will drop as the day goes on, and you'll be down to 10.5 or whatever. With lithium, you'll get that straight across line all day long. You'll stay above 13 volts all day, which is tremendous, especially for guys that are out there scoping, which you guys are scoping all the time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys use that all the time. I mean, we do too as well. I'm not as good at it as you guys are, but that's one of the big benefits of lithium. Your volts stay up there all day long. You don't get the voltage drop. And that is a big deal in all electronics that everybody has nowadays, and these highfalutin electronics we all have, it's pretty tremendous. That's one of the big benefits of it, for sure.
Okay.
Longevity of life, the lifespan of lithium batteries versus, lead acid or even AGM is, you're looking at a 10, 15-year battery versus a 2 to 3, so that's another advantage of lithium.
Okay.
I can tell you that in my, just using Militech in our rig, if I'm using it to troll at a solid, say 1.2 miles an hour,
yep.
When I was using a traditional battery, I would actually feel sometimes the fluctuation. You almost hook it up to a meter and you could see the spikes and the dips in the consistency of power. Mm-hmm. And this is, it's on. And when you set it, it's there.
Yeah, it's consistent all day.
Right.
It's funny when I'm fishing with somebody, you can tell what kind of batteries they have because they're always kicking that gauge to kick that trolling motor up a little bit higher every time. So it's kind of funny watching them. And then I'm always like, you ought to just buy some lithiums and be done with it.
Yeah.
And especially in the crappie industry that we live in, passionate about. There's nothing worth everything connected. And I use Garmin and Humminbird, and when they start blinking and flashing, when I was using the AGM 31 series and they go out, that's not a good thing.
No.
Well, we should talk about that. You said AGM, so the AGM weighs 100 pounds versus 32 pounds, right? So that's another great big factor is weight. That's a big benefit. And I'll mention our warranty as well, which is a 10-year warranty. And a lot of people have asked me how our warranty works. Is it a full 10 years? The first 6 years, it's 100% warranty. The last 4 years, it's 50%. That's our 10-year warranty. So I get asked all the time about the warranty part of it. So that's how it works. First 6 is 100%. The last 4, 50%.
Okay.
No, I'm only speaking from my nominal experience, and I've been running Militech for about a year and a half now, but I've also noticed that when it's charged, it's 100%, and you take it off the charger, it retains that charge pretty much consistent. I mean, if it's 100%, it stays 100%. Yeah. Where the others would have a voltage drop, and over a period of time, just sitting still, it would end up at close to 0, and you'd have to recharge.
Yeah, that is true.
I was just on Detroit River and fished for 8 hours in the Detroit River in all that current, and I lost 6% on 24 volt. So you can't compete with that. I mean, that's unbeatable stuff.
Yeah, you'll see this. Actually, for those that watch our show, you'll see it. I was out Monday. We started at Lake Erie half the day, literally trolled about 2 miles an hour for miles, probably 5 miles. And then decided that the walleye bite wasn't really hitting because we're not really walleye guys. We try our best, but we kind of suck at it. But so we ended up over at Pima Tuning and stayed pinned up on all these cribs, hopped for the rest of the day. I got back to the house. It was literally just under 50%.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend it for sure.
Yeah, it's tremendous. And the charge time on the batteries as well. I mean, they charge up in a minimal amount of time, quarter of what lead acid would take. By the time your fishing stuff is done and put back in the boat after a day of fishing, your batteries are pretty much charged up, ready to go.
Yeah, well, you alluded to chargers. So I know you guys came out with new charging systems for the lithium batteries. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
We do. We do have, so now of course, we have a 36-volt battery for the trolling motor. So we have a charger now for 36 and 12, which is a dual charger. One side's 36 and the other is 12. We have that in the 24 style as well. And then our 4-bank lithium charger for the 12-volt batteries. But yeah, the dual, put an onboard charger in, 36 or 24 volt, whatever it is. You just need one charger. Just split them up and away you go. Yeah, that's a new product this year.
So so like on my boat, I have the Minn Kota, which charges lithium too. So is there a difference between charge time with the Minn Kota versus your brand?
Does your Minn Kota have a lithium setting on it or no?
Yeah, it does.
Well, then it's just about the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because lithium charge is 14 4-volts, and that pretty much runs across the board no matter who has it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's across the board the same. Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky, you were showing the picture. Put that back up there.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
Pretty
That's
sweet.
the 3612 and the 2412. That's what they look like. Yep.
And it's built like a tank.
Yeah, it is. It's a great product for sure. Yep. And then we have single
All
chargers.
metal casing, so it's real nice.
Yeah, we have single chargers as well. 36-volt singles, 24s and 12s, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of options when you go to the website and look around in it to fit whatever your needs might be. So
Obviously you guys are coming to the expo. I saw your setup at some of the other expos. It's really nice.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that you're going to have plenty of batteries on site.
We're hoping you come help us set it up.
I have no problem with
We're
that.
going to get you and Rick over there to help us set up.
That's okay.
Rick's no.
It's not happening.
Well, it was interesting, and Bill can allude to this. The guys that on Old Hickory that were looking for batteries, if Lester would have gave me a bunch to take down there.
Dan, are you there?
We lost Dan.
Something
Dan
happened.
froze.
Dan
Dan-
froze. He's frozen time.
Yeah.
I think his battery just went dead.
He might have not charged up his phone, right?
There you go.
Yeah, he's gonna need one of the MillerTech chargers.
Yeah, he's going to need a Militech battery and a charger. We're going to put him on the spot here.
So I can tell you one thing that I found out. I've had a 75 amp hour one for about 3 years now, and I run a Helix 12 and a Helix 9. And the only thing I don't like about them is because they're lithium, I don't have to keep them charged all the time. I unplug them. I went 4 days, about 30 hours before I finally killed the battery, realizing that you have to plug this thing back in once in a while. There's got to be some kind of a reminder or a beep or something. I need something to tell this old guy to plug his batteries back in. But they've been phenomenal. They really work well.
Yeah, the longevity of lithium is pretty astounding. Actually, it's pretty tremendous, and that's what a lot of people talk about, how long they last. So
yeah,
I understand what you're saying for sure.
And I have an aluminum boat, so that's why I went to the 70. And I tell a lot of guys, if I can run 32 units for 30 hours, there's no need to buy there's no real reason to spend that kind of money on 1,000 amp, because it's astounding. It's just astounding how much clearer your picture is because you're getting 100% pure power. Yeah. And the other thing is, everybody needs to know you need a dedicated line, and it should be
wired,
adequate,
right?
Like 6 amp or 6 gauge wire.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So heavy gauge wire and a great wiring harness and a lithium battery will it's like day and night on your picture.
It is. Those are all things that we found out from coming to your. You should give more seminars, because every time you do, I learn something new.
Speaking of which, Neil Walker, one of our viewers here, says that he'd like to visit Miller Tech. He works in Middlefield. I know that you guys have that showroom. It is available to the public, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they stop in and talk to Vernon right there, Vernon or Robert, one of those two will be happy to give them a little tour and show them what's going on.
Yeah.
There you go, Neil.
Yeah.
Well, we got Dan back. Dan, welcome back.
I don't know what happened.
He's alive. He's alive.
Well, he was alive.
The Wi-Fi in the house is not great, I guess.
It happens, Dan.
You wouldn't believe the bad things we were saying about you.
Show the love.
Show the love. Everybody show the love.
Well, now he's got to go back and watch to see what we said about him. See?
I will. Trust me. Yeah,
Sean just said you look really good frozen in time.
Thank you. But we're looking forward to having you guys. You guys are going to have an awesome booth space.
We're excited to be there. It'll be a fun time.
Yeah. And I'll keep in touch with you guys and Lester, and talked to Lester the other day just to let him know what was going on, and he was like all in. So
I'm going to try to find you some teams from down here, Dan.
Okay, cool.
I got some Amish people down here that are pretty good crappie fishermen. I might want to put them up against those guys.
Hey, listen, you're so everybody knows you're going to have some of the best club crappie fishermen in the country. You're going to have some of the best pros coming out the fish too as well. So it's going to be a really nice field. So we're looking forward to everybody coming out and have a good time.
Yeah, I know I'll know a bunch of the guys that are probably coming to fish actually.
Yeah, you see this hat, Dean, right?
Pardon?
You see all the names on that hat?
Oh yeah. Yep, I see it. I got a hat like that.
You got
a hat like that.
I know what you're trying to say, Dan.
I know where you got that hat.
Yeah, I was at Dale Hollow and I met the boys. So
I know what you're trying to tell me. I'll see what I can do.
There you go.
I can't make any promises on that, but I'll see what I can do.
It would be fun. Hey, listen, 2025 we'll be back down in Tennessee and Alabama border. We're gonna have fun down there, and like I said, 2026. We'll see springtime. Dale Hollow wants us to come back. So I'd like to go there in the spring. That would be a fun event. And then we're looking at a lot of lakes. What's that?
Sean, it sounds like we should probably take our boat when we go to Lake back to where he just said.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll be bass fishing for a few days, but then we'll do the expo, right?
Right. Yeah. Amen.
Yeah, there you go.
And Mr. Jeremy Mattingly on the hook, man, over here. Oh. He says I need you to put me in a deer stand.
Was he looking for one of these like back here?
Yeah, we were talking about that in the lobby early show here.
Yeah,
pretty nice.
Well, I got that one, and then there's a couple more back here too, some big ones. So I got a couple more big ones. Yeah,
that's that Ohio corn-fed deer.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Well, he's a truck driver. He just swerves and gets them periodically.
I hope I try not to. But
so, how's Mr. Mattingly doing? Hopefully, you can ask a question to the Miller Tech guys. Jeremy, I hope you're doing well. I see
he called you a show off.
Yeah. Exactly. But no, we're excited to be up there, Dan. That's for sure.
Hey, are you guys going to bring all those really cool headlamps and stuff that we saw at the when we were at
some? Yeah,
you have some really cool stuff that I know a lot of guys are going to be interested in. I was hoping you'd bring some.
We'll have a bunch of headlamps with us and all that good stuff. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, great.
Yep. Those are great little headlamps to keep in the boat. You got it.
I have it, and they're amazing. Just the there you go, Ricky. Look
there
at
you go, Rick.
Yeah, look at Rick. He's got them all.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Show off.
At least Rick's prepared. I mean, I could have got my headlamps out here at the house and showed them too, but I just wasn't prepared as Rick was, So
I know, right?
yeah,
He sneak attacked us.
that's good. No, I like that. I like and Rick, I like your setup too. I mean, you got a studio. That's awesome.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm kind of jealous now, I guess if I would create some content, I guess I could get a studio like that. Is that how that works?
I guess.
Why don't we just listen, Lester has the space. Why don't we just have Lester put one in his shop?
There we go.
Hey, I'm with you on that. And he's got spare rooms in there. So
Jeremy says Miller Tech all the way is in his boat.
There you go. Awesome.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy. Is Dan, do you know if a guy by the name of Brandon Threadgill is coming to fish?
Brandon, say it again.
Brandon Threadgill.
I don't know if he's on the sheet or not. I got to go look.
I think he fished Dale Hollow last year. I'll call him tomorrow. He's from down in oh my gosh, I want to say not Mississippi.
He might be on there. Just shoot me a text with his name and I'll verify it after this.
Yeah, I'll see once. He fishes all the national stuff as well. So him and his brother.
Hey, since Jeremy's out there, Jeremy, hopefully you and the better half are still coming. Looking forward to seeing you again, buddy. Hopefully he's still coming. Looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting just to see what's brought in to the scales. I know, Dean, I know you bass fish up there a lot.
Yeah. And Sean does too. Sean does more than me probably on Lake Erie, actually. So.
I don't know what you guys are catching in the harbors and the rivers and, probably on chatterbaits or whatever it may be. I mean, there's some hogs up at Sandusky.
There's some big crappies up there.
It takes 20 pounds, close to 20 pounds for largemouth bass, just for, for a tournament. So, I mean, you really got to catch them good.
I saw the weights, Sean, just in the last couple largemouth tournaments up there. They were, like you said, pushing 20 pounds, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, almost 19, and then one was 20 and some change.
I saw that, the last couple of largemouth series tournaments, and they're thumping on them pretty good.
There's some big fish being weighed in, too, so 6 and 7s. So.
Yeah.
That's big.
And they're everywhere.
Sean knows that area up there pretty well. He's pretty versed on Lake Erie, I can tell you that.
Well, I mean, Sean, then you would be an expert to kind of back the theory again. As Matt Tuttle stated on our last podcast, if the wind's blowing, the bait can get a little choppy. But at the end of the day, you get into the harbors, the river systems, you're more protected you're more protected than Mosquito Lake when it's blowing real hard. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can, honestly, there's so many options available for you to get out of any wind. There's no reason not to come. Yep. There's absolutely no reason not to come.
Not if you got a trailer link policy, for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. We do. You'll be allowed.
So you're totally fine with it. I would, if I was a big time crappie angler, you could believe this one would be on my list.
Yeah, good. Well, Mr. Bill Phillip, anything that you want to kind of go over?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that we have a lot of ex-bass fishermen. So if you're even thinking about it, you're already hooked. I'm not worried about it. You'll be at our crappie tournaments.
There you go, Sean.
Hey, I've got the perfect tin rig for it.
Yeah, he just got a new tin rig, so he's ready.
Nice. Now, our last Sandusky Bay crappie tournament, we had an 8-fish limit. They had more than one team that weighed in over 16 pounds. I counted over 20 crappie in excess of 2 pounds that were released that day. Wow. So already we've got 1 3-pounder that's been turned in, or one of our club members from Northeast Ohio Crappie Club who went up there and said, I got me a 3-pounder, ain't no big thing.
Oh my gosh, that's a big crappie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, you're going to have guys that bring in 3.5 pounders. I'm telling you.
Wow.
there's some of the biggest crappie I've ever seen have been up there.
Wow,
It's a pretty amazing place.
that's impressive.
Are you going to be doing any kind of live feed or anything for the weigh-in so people that are at the expo can see? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everything will be live feed on Midwest Crappie Alliance Facebook page, so everybody will be able to watch it. And there's tons of big screens in there, so it'll be live fed right to the big screens at the expo.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, that's cool. That'll be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys have never been there, you might want to go on their website. They have like a bill. I want to say it's a 40 by 40, maybe 50 by 50 foot screen on the outside. Everybody's logo will be on the outside. There are big screens everywhere on the inside. All your logos will be screening on that nonstop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a legit place. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're excited. That'll be
We
fun.
are excited.
Well, we're excited that you're coming. We appreciate you guys. Dean, Sean. I mean,
Absolutely.
you guys have done our kickoff meetings every year. We did it at Lester's Place this past year.
Yep.
What an amazing place, and huge shout out to Lester too.
Yeah.
Lester's knee deep in with what we're doing, and I appreciate all his involvement and your involvement too. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So Ricky, we're almost an hour in. Just want to, once again, to all the anglers that are fishing the event, if you can kind of get your entry fees in, much appreciated with that. All the expo attendees, if you can do that as well. We're getting down to nitty gritty. I got to start getting a bunch of things completed and done. Those that want to fish, please reach out to me, call me anytime. I can talk fishing 24/7. If you need to get a hold of one of the other directors that are on board, whether it be Aaron, Chad, Bill, Alan, Darcy, Keith, please connect with any of those folks and they'll be more than happy to help you too as well. We want to showcase Sandusky Bay. I think it's a hidden gem and we're always looking for hidden gems, and I think it's going to show out pretty good. So thank you to everybody. We appreciate it. Thanks to all the anglers coming, to all the folks Expo. Thanks for Dean and Sean, Miller Tech Lithium Batteries, being our guest here today. So appreciate that. And then Bill, I'll hand it off to you, and then we can hand it off to Ricky. Bill, what do you got?
We did have a breaking news here. Somebody just sent in the picture of the big crappie that was caught up there. There it is, right there.
Oh wow!
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are those real?
It's huge.
Yeah, it is.
That is huge.
It's huge.
That's quick photoshopping.
Cool.
Wow.
I think we got it all covered. I'm happy with. I'm happy that we were able to get through the complications of even having this today.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey Ricky, I think Dominic and Jeffrey had some pictures last time, didn't they? That we posted up
They
there?
did, and unfortunately, I don't have that handy. It was on the other PC, so he texted me that, and it's not on this system. So.
I can tell you guys through the tournaments that we've done up there, and we don't go up there every year. I think Weston Colby caught a 268 black nose. I caught a 2.5 something.
256.
Yeah, 2.56.
Yeah.
Black nose, and that was a tank. So there's some pretty big fish, and there's all species up there. So everybody knows there are massive whites. There's black nose, hybrids. It's got it all. If you get bored with crappie fishing, you can go walleye fishing, perch
There
fishing.
you go. Or smallmouth bass.
Jeremy has a question. He says, can I have a cameraman in his boat?
Not for the tournament,
Not for the tournament.
but absolutely free fishing you can.
Good question. Good question. Neil is asking what the website is again. It's right at the bottom. You should see it right at the bottom, scrolling there, MidwestCrappieAlliance.com.
Jeremy, Brittany's going to, be catching all the slabs anyways. You're just going to be the net person, I think.
Right.
Many fish to see her catching. Holy cow. That's just like Hannah and Dominic. Hannah's catching all the big ones. Domina's Dominic's the net guy. So
They're doing pretty good, I see.
yeah, Dominic. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I tell you, the whole live scope thing, I'm 59. So, for me, no different than you, Dean. For me, it's hard to track it.
It is.
If I throw a bigger bait, yeah, I can. I throw something smaller, it's hard for me. But I don't use it like a lot of the younger generation does. It's a search engine for me, especially with all the.
One thing. If you want to know live scoping, you got one of the best ones right here on the show with us right now, Sean Boggs. That guy knows what he's doing.
I love scoping.
Do you?
Mm.
Well, we'll pick your brain a little bit.
He'll help you. Believe me. Yeah.
I'm more of I love shooting docks. I love dock fishing, which, those that like the dock fish, you're going to have all you want up at Sandusky.
Yeah.
But you can scope them up there too. That I think the bay will play, providing the weather is okay. There's a lot of stuff out in the bay. A lot of areas up there.
Yeah.
So,
and the bay goes on forever too. So, there's so many areas. There's so many areas, backwaters and everything. So,
yeah, I think, with, 125 boats, you might not see anybody, to be honest with you.
That's usually how it works. Yeah. In a big place like that, you probably won't see anyone.
Yeah. It's just
there's areas that will fish small, but you'll be okay.
Yeah. Mr. Bill, what do you got?
I'm just sitting back, taking it all in.
He's been taking notes all day.
Yeah, if I can listen, if I'm taking notes over here. So you guys just keep on talking.
Well, huge thank you to everybody. Jeremy, if you're out there, looking forward to seeing you, buddy. Appreciate everything that you have done for Midwest Crappie Alliance, and you've done a lot. So shout out to you. Shout out to all the anglers that participate with us, that keep doing things with us, wanting to be a part of the growth of what we're trying to do. The trend is, we've been averaging, Dale Hollow was almost 150 boats. Old Hickory was 139. I'd like to get to 125 for this event, which would be great. So, it's looking good. 2025 contract is done, so we're looking forward to that for everybody. We'll announce that in a couple months. So looking forward to that. So, Mr. Rick, huge thank you to everybody. Thank you for putting this on. Rick, I'll leave the last words with you. If there's any other comments out there, anybody needs anything, you know where to find me. Huge thank you to Miller Tech again. Huge thank you to the team over at Fish USA too. Aaron for being our MC, and really Greg Rushingler for being the weigh-in master. Ruddy, really appreciate you guys, and those guys will do a really good job. They'll be a lot of fun. So, Rick, I'm going to hand it over to you. I thank everybody, appreciate it, and then Mr. Rick, it's back to you.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, call to action. If anything we said during that hour interested you at all, whether you're interested in Miller Tech, go show them some love on their website. Get yourself some batteries. Whether you're interested in the expo, sign up for the expo. Click that first link, become an exhibitor there. I'll be there with our business. It's going to pay off. We're going to put a lot of work into getting bodies in the door. If you're interested in participating in the invitational, click that link, become a contestant, and we'd love to see everybody there. Thanks so much for everyone joining us. Thanks for hanging with us, and we'll roll this bumper to kind of roll out the show today. Thanks again. We'll see you guys.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it.
Are you looking to promote and gain exposure for your product or service to the fishing community? We have an opportunity for you. Introducing the 2024 Midwest Crappie Alliance Shootout and Expo. We're coming to Sandusky, Ohio, and we'll be featuring a huge fishing expo with some of the industry's hottest and innovative fishing brands and products. Also, one of the largest crappie tournaments in the country, where nation's top crappie anglers compete head-to-head for a massive cash prize and trophy. Our